Welcome back. Perfect. Welcome back to our February 3rd meeting, our afternoon session. And the next is a MOU with the Imagine Idaho Foundation. So just a little background here, Commissioner Caldwell. Imagine Idaho is a group that actually comes together and works on broadband issues. Valley County has been actively engaged in trying to get better broadband here for the last 2 years. And Imagine Idaho is a tool that we've been using to find grant resources. And they wrote a grant this last year and received it on our behalf as a greater project. And this is for $81,000. And it is a broadband plan so that is as this, we have a new middle mile coming in, which is the main pipeline for all broadband. And we're writing a plan to show those that would potentially use that middle mile to expand our footprint and where that footprint needs to expand. This doesn't cost the county anything. This is, they've got some stuff in here for legal review if we need legal review, and then also to help build this plan. So it's just kind of a continuation of the work that we've already been doing with the hope that we can eventually get greater broadband in this area. Yellow Pine, Warren, and CSASH are actually having an improvement. Gosh, how much was the amount? I think it's $12 million that they just got in a federal grant to improve their broadband. So that backcountry is going to have better broadband than most of LA counties here soon through Midvale Telephone. So this is an opportunity for us to take advantage of some funding without it costing the county anything and improving our prospects for improved broadband. So if you're in agreement, do you have any questions that I can answer?
I don't think so.
And I would move that we approve the MOU with Imagine Idaho Foundation for $81,000.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion passed. Okay, and Doug, I will take that once we sign it and ship it over to them. And I will give you a copy once Christina signs it and send it back. I'll let Doug test that. All right, our next agenda item is to adopt a resolution on the West Central Mountains Housing Needs Assessment. And is that you?
Yes, indeedy. Last week, Commissioner, or the week before, whichever one it was, Commissioners Caldwell and Thompson wanted more time to read through the document, and we made the changes to the addendum as requested and cleaned up the document. So I think it's right for approval, if you agree.
I do.
I would move that we adopt resolution 2025-05 West Central Mountains Regional Housing Needs Assessment as presented.
Second it. Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yay.
I'll bring that up with this other one.
And then up next is approving the development agreement policy.
This one we've been working on, as you know, for over a year. It's kind of been fine-tuned through legal, county engineer, myself. We've presented to you before. I think it is a good guide, just a policy. It's not going to be an ordinance, and it will give developers something to follow. They'll know what they need to do. It also outlines that we want those development agreements before they start doing any site work. I think was one of the big deals. So they don't get, their roads constructed and then they can't come to an agreement with the board on, what their off-site infrastructure improvements are going to be. So I think it sets out a better timeline.
Did anybody, you've had all the input from everybody you felt like you needed or
Well,
put
from,
this in place?
Dan, Jeff, Oki,
Okay.
the board. I didn't put it out for any public review. It's
I
not
think
an
this is an
ordinance.
internal document, so
Yeah.
it's the way that we do things, but I was just looking at it again from our meeting last time. Do you have any questions? We actually gotten it.
I would move that we approve the development agreement policy as presented.
Second that. I moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes.
So is this something you're gonna want to see recorded? Doug, do we typically record resolutions?
Resolutions we will.
You will,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I think just
So people,
just so we have them.
Okay.
And then we'll index them and it's just easier for us to find them.
okay. So I'll leave those with you to
That'd
get
be great.
recorded there.
Yep. And then the development agreement policy, I'm assuming Cindy, you'll just, do we want that in, a part of all of the county's policies that we currently have?
I think it's a big deal. I think people will actually want to see that. Whereas the housing needs assessment is just memorializing the acceptance of it.
So on the website, if a developer were looking to come here to develop and needed to see that development agreement, would we put it under the planning and zoning?
I think we should put it there and the road department.
Okay.
But it's not specific just to roads.
So do you want to work with Mackenzie to get it on the webpage,
Yeah,
or
that's-
can you guys
or
put it
I think
on,
Lori
or
can put it on.
Lori can put it on? Okay.
And she does a lot of stuff on the website. Or Mackenzie. Okay.
That works. And so did we need to sign the resolution, also the 2506? Is that the one we just,
There were two that I just sent through.
okay, so we approved the policy, but we need to approve signing the resolution. I would move that we approve the resolution 2025-06, the development policy.
Second.
Been moved and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
And you've got all that, Doug?
I do.
Signatures on both? Okay.
Thank you for putting that together. I'm excited about that.
Yes, I'm excited too. I have something to hand to somebody that says, this is what we do.
We put the housing needs under the planning and zoning also, like where the comp plan is. I think that makes sense to try and keep all those documents together.
That's
Do we
what
have the
do.
waterway plan in there too, on the
Good.
website? Okay,
Usually we try to get all our plans under there.
look, so I don't know.
I would have to look. But, okay, the new comp plan.
All right, so our next agenda item isn't until 1:30, so we will